He's a superstar in his own right.
Especially at playoffs, right? He started the year phenomenal. Everyone was like, best player in the game, hands down. Then had a little bit of a lull, you know, statistically speaking, didn't perform that well throughout the regular season, but here at playoffs, you can tell his head's definitely in the right place, and we'll kick things off on board with Kenny, and there's the fight that you're going to see a lot this map. Kenny versus Zuma, and Kenny gets the win the first time.
To be aggressive, and he's going to keep on pushing. He's found himself into barrel buildings already, but striking first is going to be TK. As we do edge ourselves into this map mode. Attach in a great position. He actually spawns it useless, which he's going to give himself a really advantageous spot, taking down 2, but across the board, his teammates are going to go down there.
And the one player that I look to have a phenomenal map here, or almost needs to, is actually going to be Theory, right? Because you talk about FaZe, Clan SMGs, at this point you should know. Attach, Zuma, so unbelievably aggressive. Kenny, very aggressive in himself. But Theory, you know, sometimes he kind of just plays around the hill a little bit more. And it's those key gun fights. He doesn't necessarily need to have one of those statistically unbelievable games. Not looking for him to go double positive. But it's the key fights on the hill that he must win if TK is going to take map 1.
Well, Zuma starts with a 0 and 3 and a team kill. He's now found his first kill, and it's right at the back. However, TK almost collapsing upon them. Next wave of kills crucial here. Zuma accuracy all trading as the kill feed red and blue. Back and forth here, but it looks like TK are going to have that better position, and it's down to that man. It's Kenny. Grenades are going over the top, but Attach answering back a play, which, again, we could put off a highlight reel for himself.
You most definitely could. FaZe looking to just push straight through. Priesta manages to find the pick on accuracy. Meanwhile, Replay's watching mid-cut, finds one, not going to find the second, but FaZe doing a good job of just trying to retake control here of Main Street, because this game could have spiraled out of control pretty heavily if TK had really locked that down. A 42 to 12 point game currently as FaZe scrambling for that scrap time. Essentially, it's basically down to Zuma now. He's going to fall, so TK will pick up the scrap, but on the plus side for FaZe, Phil, they have that rotation now.
Yeah, they most definitely do, and they've pushed out. I like what Attach is doing, but location's been revealed. He's going to find Theory, already weak, so not going to win the gun. Fight Priesta, tags Theory, takes him down, but that's all he'll find. And FaZe, they have that spawn. But again, even though FaZe were in control of the main street for a little bit there, they didn't capitalize on the points. And you know what? I credit TK for that. They're so good at putting pressure on.
They're so effective. And actually, what just happened here was accuracy flanked all the way around barrels, forced 2 players from TK, or 2 players from FaZe, sorry, to spawn really deep away. And TK, just like that, able to break inside Dock Warehouse. The fundamentals from this TK squad has always been good this year, but it seems at playoffs, everything is clicking once again. The key gunfights being won, the way they're manipulating the spawns, everything going right so far early for TK.
Lead by 60. As Kenny still reaping the rewards here down at the docks. 2 players are going to fall, so a bit of a change in thought there as Kenny's going to dip out, find a kill, and will be traded out again. And that's kind of been the story here. So many trades. I think the only player kind of standing out for me right now is Kenny, but it's this Kenny-Zuma kind of battle, and right now it's Kenny and TK who's really driving this game forward. We'll be looking at, of course, the rotation towards the barrel building. FaZe, for the first time, I feel, has a good setup right now.
Right, and this is important where they can't lose it. These next few gunfights are going to be key. Replays picks up streaks as well. That's going to be massively helpful for FaZe Clan to just reduce that early deficit they found themselves in. Current score, 83 to 35. Of course, as we mentioned, the replay with a fighter pilot and glide bomb at his disposal. As he looks down towards lower docks, another double for him. Can he find all 3? Accuracy gets the better of him this time. But FaZe, they're milking this hill, Phil. They're getting a ton of time, and this is where you're going to see that pressure from Zuma really have a big effect.
Yeah, and again, this stemmed from replays. A player which, like he said himself, he's been getting a lot of criticism, so he's answered those critics in the best way, and it's just by performing. 14-11 right now with 25 interactions to his name. He's putting his team in a much more advantageous position. Another kill for replays, the STG. The grenade combination, as FaZe Clan most definitely just fought their way back into it, and it's down to the barrel building. And now coming into the crane, does he invest the streaks, it looks like?
I think he kind of has to a little bit, but the important thing here is once these kills come through, someone from FaZe has to take control of fire, and that should come in the form of Priesta. Now, this is so important because he's going to watch that cross from that useless spawn towards the new hill. Priesta should be able to pick up 1, maybe even 2 kills here, and just relieve that pressure. Accuracy is going to fall. Oh, good job from Priesta. Stays alive, especially considering how close to the streaks he is. Unfortunately, though, everybody else falls. Replay still trying to watch the cross. Another double for him, and Reap's close to overlapping his streaks here, so you may actually see him invest a glide bomb.
He gets the triple. Priesta does well at the back. He stays alive for a little bit. Again, this is where I need to see someone FaZe jump on that point. Get some points. You're doing everything in between. You're getting the kills. You're getting the streaks. take advantage. And talking of taking advantage, they're going to take the lead. FaZe Clan now for the first time. And interestingly enough, we're going to see a glide bomb come down.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh, he gets lucky. Theory ran straight past. Oh, he did find the pick. I thought for a minute that Theory didn't see Reap. And Reap wanted to use a glide bomb to get another glide bomb and potentially work towards the artillery. A little unfortunate there, but still, of course, the fighter pilot.
Zuma looking to find one. It's going to be Theory. Great position. When Zuma's in and amongst this fire or barrel building, he is lights out, but a long-range gunfight against Chino in a bar, not going to end well. As now Priester stepping into the shoes as we see FaZe Clan leading by around 20 points right now.
And think about the lead TK had, right?
Yeah.
When we went from kind of the lower warehouse over towards barrels, those final 2 hills, that was where FaZe made this massive resurgence. A big part of that, of course, is the streaks that we saw replays pick up earlier on, gave them a little bit of a cushion on that final hill. And the score, you know, it shows that massive kind of turning point of the game, 110 to 91. We now go back to Statue. Main Street's going to be key for TK. Get a little bit of momentum back, and you'd love to see one of their players get some streaks.
Yeah, Priester, by the way, just destroyed Theory lower docks, just judging by the minimap there. However, this battle for the statue has been, in the main part, in the hands of TK. FaZe now do gain control, but I think TK won't mind that at all. There's only 5 seconds left, and they are locking down this main street right now. They do not need to push out. They don't need any pressure elsewhere. It'll be interesting to see how FaZe go about this.
Well, that was a gunfight Attach really could have done with winning. The streaks are going to come in from replays to try and break the setup from TK, but ultimately not the best streak. He does find one. Bear in mind, his teammates won the other gunfight, so ultimately the streak doesn't really matter. Instead, FaZe, they retake control of Main Street and once again put the pressure on TK.
This is perfect for Priester. He can now just bob, weave, jump up and down near these sandbags, and the majority of the time he's going to get a player running into him, sometimes with an AR. FaZe Clan, they've really stepped it up here, and the crazy thing is, it's replays, 28 and 16. Take your hat off to that man right there. He's slaying out for his squad, and he's doing a great job of it. 15 seconds here, and TK, they're going to have to rotate down to lower docks. Generally speaking, when they do rotate early, they do have a pretty solid setup, but see what Zuma thinks about that.
And it's important to note as well, with replay slaying as well as he is, it's kind of made Priester have to play a little bit more towards the hill, right? Because traditionally you see replays just sit in the hill, wait, slay, get a ton of defense. Priester, he's basically doing that job now. As Zuma 1 away from streaks and assists would do it.
Oh,
the assist comes through just in the nick of time. I believe he locks in the fighter pilot. Not sure if he got the glide bomb, but working for streaks now. It is going to be Priester. Yeah, just the fighter pilot. The Priester loses his gunfight, so no streaks for him. But FaZe, this resurgence from them has been phenomenal, Phil.
Yeah, and Zuma steps it up in a big way, 25 and 23. I didn't like the way he got over-aggressive. He kind of realized, and Priester came to save him to, of course, get that fighter pilot. We're still at a 40-point game for FaZe Clan. And with FaZe, we know, all well and good. You know, they can go positive in every game mode, but it's always close. Attach on the flank, finds the first. Priester's going to put the nail in the coffin with 12 seconds left. They should be able to break 170 now, and they dominated the barrel building. We'll see whether this fighter pilot's going to separate themselves. A lot of intel there.
Gets the intel, doesn't get the kills. Now with your FaZe, you have to push the backside of barrels, try and hunt down the TK player that you saw and got the information from. Instead, though, FaZe fall like dominoes. TK retake control of the hill, but you look at the kind of lead FaZe has been able to develop now. It's around about 50 points, so TK could do with a full barrel hold.
Spot from Kenny, but he's going to be tagged up. Priester there. I love the heads-up play, and he's going to jump out and get 3. That is going to be FaZe Clan wiping out TK off the back of barrel building. I need to see Attach turn around. He's actually going to be the catalyst to probably a very successful barrel hold here. He's been a nuisance in fire, but on your screens, replays locking it down. He's found number 29. As FaZe Clan extending their victory here, or victory I should say, extending their lead.
And that was a wonderful bait and switch that you just saw come from TK. They did it a few times. They were able to retake control of barrels, but the problem is it's only going to be the scrap time. FaZe breaking into barrels really has just given them a little bit of a bigger cushion, so TK really going to have to work for this one as we go down towards lower crane. Of course, you look at the overall time left in the game, 1:45, so you don't really have to worry too much about that just yet. But with how Statue sometimes can play, being a little neutral, that shot clock may come into play as we head towards Main Street if, of course, the score permits it.
Yeah, TK was a bit slow on the push there, so FaZe did get that useless spawn. They don't make it work. However, with this double kill, they can start to put the pressure on this next wave of kills. Crucial! And now Zuma coming through fire. This is where he's most dangerous. Chino's going to rip him off that. I'm unsure about the challenge, but either way, Priest cleans up and FaZe Clan will control. I want to see someone stay on this hard point. We've seen them jump off a fair bit, but Zuma will be the last alive now as all his teammates spawn useless. They still have that spawn. Let's make use of it if you're FaZe Clan. For TK, though, keep this slaying up. You've got to keep going.
And that's where you would have loved to see Zuma stay alive in fire, right? He didn't necessarily need to challenge that. He had his teammates coming off spawn, and instead what happens is TK win the firefight. They're then able to watch anyone spawning useless. They have the full cross, allows them to pick up that scrap time. And as we go into our third rotation, 196 to 153 is the lead for FaZe Clan. They have early statue control as well.
Okay, well, FaZe break the 200 mark. And again, it's a team where you put any of the three players of Priest or attach Zuma, you just get 1 in 5, 1 in barrel. Their aggressive SMG is incredible, but the fact that their versatility is just unmatched as well, it's crazy to see. Kenny's going to be shut down as well. FaZe Clan, they're locking it out here, Ben.
They are. Bear in mind, while all those kills are going down, Priest is just lying in the hill. He's saying, boys, just cover me. Win your gunfights. I'll sit. I'll absorb all of the hill time, and FaZe Clan can win on this hill. TK need to challenge. They need to take FaZe off the hill. They ultimately do, but FaZe, I believe, with just one tick can still win. Now they can't, so we will see at least one more rotation come through. But TK, they've dug themselves in such a big hole. Attach working towards some streaks of his own.
I like this. He's backing off. He's just drawing out that number 7 and drawn out, put to bed. And he's going to get streaks off the back of it. FaZe Clan should be able to close this one out here. And with Attach and the smart heads-up play, he's going to try and find himself a glide bomb. All he needs is the kill. There's the first. There's the second. Can he find the third? He's got an STG in the back pocket. Not going to happen. But I think it's enough now. 240 and counting, Ben.
A very smart play from Attach as well. Not to use the streaks instantly when he get them. He recognized they didn't have any fire control. He had to push and he had to get that cut. Really smart stuff coming in from himself. And FaZe Clan convincingly take game 1. It started off very TK heavy, if you remember, but then all of a sudden, at the end of that first rotation, FaZe shift into another gear. The help of replays, of course, with those streaks really secured map 1 for them. Yeah,
replays started great. Zuma stepped it up in kind of the mid stages. And then honestly, all 4 of them were fantastic. All 4 of them at the end, they were working together. And it looks like Zero is being FaZe's...
Is he there?
I don't even know what to say.
Manager, he's like, you called Dylan, here, have my jacket.
It's just a FaZe
Wonderful
fan.
to see. You love to see it. As there, a look at the scoreboard. 38 kills for Zuma, 35 for Attach, 34 for Priest, and 37 for replays. And that's another one of those games where everyone goes positive.
Yep, that's just another one to add to the mix, add to the stats. And again, 2 minutes and 17 on the hill. I think that was Priest, or it kind of went away as I was trying to check it out. But a great stat line, score lines all round. And I'm kind of thinking, you know, what was the catalyst to kind of take that victory in the sense that they did? Because TK were going great for the first 2 to 3 minutes. What happened? You know, what happened to TK? I think almost you kind of saw Kenny slow down, Theory as well.
Yep.
All in all 4 plays just kind of unmatched.
Eventually, that's how it felt, right? You saw the big gunfights that Replays was able to win, the streaks that had that big effect early game. But more importantly, I think it was the SMG pressure attached. Zuma just flooding around. That mixed with effective Priest just kind of said, all right, well, Replays, you're going off right now. I'll play hill. I'll play hill. You just keep doing what you're doing. And when things are rolling like that, it's very, very hard to stop that FaZe Clan squad.
It is. And again, FaZe just kind of backing up, justifying, you know, why they are in the top 4 position right now. They're trying to better that, of course, right now. And a 1-0 victory in that sense it is, you know, a good step. However, there's a couple more to go. We're going to be going to Search and Destroy, of course. CTF is going to be on Flag Tower, but we've seen so many Game 5, so many round 11s here at the playoffs. TK will want to bounce back. They've got a point to prove because they've said, you know, they weren't happy at Birmingham. They weren't happy with the result. And now they're coming here trying to be that team that is a winner, is a first place team.
What was it Theory said? Birmingham Accuracy had a .17 S&D KD, very unlike himself, but we'll be looking to turn that around here at Stage 1 playoffs. Of course, a look at our map set. Ardennes Forest will be game 2. And this is an interesting one because you heard Chan say it on the desk. TK, very, very strong on this map. There was a point where every time we went to the desk and we went through the vetoes with TK, we said, just ban it. Why are people still playing TK on Ardennes Forest Search? They're just too good. Now, though, FaZe Clan, they've shown their ability to game plan, their ability to kind of mix things up a little bit in terms of their division and their loadouts. They're not afraid to really kind of change things around, if you will. So TK, don't want to say it's a must-win, but considering that it is Flak CTF, yes, TK have been a little bit better than FaZe Clan the past few times they've met in CTF specifically, but that flag tower definitely makes things a little more interesting, a little more random in terms of predicting the outcome of this result. So a Game 2 win here for TK, definitely needed.
Yeah, and I actually think we talk about CTF being that swing game mode. Map 2, I feel, for this series could very much be a swing game mode.
Yeah.
Of course, we saw this game previously, Ben. TK v FaZe, only, was it yesterday or the day before? Friday?
Friday.
And we all know the result of that. FaZe being put down into that loser bracket. But apart from that here, we're going to see Priester be taken out instantly, and then Zuma, not only with first blood, but he's also, for his squad that is, he's going to find the second and attach the third, all down to Chino in a 1v3. He's going to pull off the ace.
Yeah, it's going to make it very tough now. FaZe, of course, know where he is. Two players stack over towards you. Maybe a two-piece could have come through, but ultimately it doesn't, and FaZe win the first round. Of course, you will have noted attach with the Expeditionary class. We traditionally see it on St. Marie du Mont, but he's been using it pretty frequently throughout the weekend here on Arden Forest.
Round 1 for FaZe. And even though that was a first blood to TK, didn't matter. The B site was dominant by FaZe Clan.
I will say the first bloods are going to be important for TK, though, because FaZe, they've had 63% first bloods throughout the regular season. #1 in the regular season of all teams. So if TK can slow that down a little bit, it will help as Chino picks up another one, instantly traded out. However, with the nade, accuracy watching the cross, he gets traded out. So now you find yourself in a 2v2.
Yeah, 2v2 and a good position with the bomb as well. You know, with these trades, you've got to almost favor FaZe as Attach peeks out. And you know what? He was wanting that bomb plant, but not even going to get it. FaZe strike again. Attach is 4-0. Keep your eyes peeled for that one. One player which I love kind of the way he's blossomed into, you know, his pro career, if you like, is Priester.
Love it.
And he's always been kind of that humble player, the quiet one. And it's recent, you know, it's not, you know, a decade like we talk about some of these guys, but he's really been a player to put that time in and grinded his way up. He found himself on FaZe, which was a shock to a lot. But now you look at him, he's making it work. He's a bit of a beast himself.
Replays with the Expeditionary stun nade mid-map, but the smoke's going to come out instead. The smoke doesn't cover fully. Replays had the line of sight, but Kenny wins the gunfight. Another first blood for TK. Zuma there instantly to trade, and the trades continue. Back and forth, back and forth. Priester now left in a 1v2. He is, of course, on the defensive side here, however, so could potentially make some plays. He has a little bit of information just from a quick little jiggle peek over towards you, and TK, they might be in some trouble.
Well, the bomb might go down, but that should be first kill out of the 2. Now Priester in a 1v. They know where he is, and he knows where they are, but that advantageous height advantage will always go in favor of the player up top there, TK, denying. And in fact, it was accuracy denying Priester of anything more. It's so hard to take them off of that position.
Yeah, it's almost impossible.
He could rotate
without utility, it's very, very tough, and accuracy recognizes it, says, no, I'm in a power position, you can come to me.
So we're going to see TK bag themselves a round here. A much-needed round at that. That would have been a hard one to swallow if Priester would have clutched that 1v2. Now, we saw a very aggressive A push here. Previously, Attach, I tell you what, lucky to be alive right now. Chino didn't miss there, but
this could be another first blood going in favor of TK. Theory is going to get pushed from Zoomer, and where's his teammate mid-map? There it is. Kenny kind of almost baits out Theory a little bit there, but it works perfectly. Zoomer baited into going for the challenge. Another first blood. That's the 4th for TK. Chino is going to shut down Attach as well here, so now a 4v2. FaZe on the attack. Realistically, should have no way of winning this round, especially considering Replays a 1v4. He's being collapsed on. This is a flawless round of Search and Destroy from Team Kaliber.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there. And again, just leveling it out. They might have got 4 first bloods, but it's split 2-2 as of now. I think Zuma got a little bit over-aggressive middle. He kind of tagged Theory and then thought, you know what, I'm taking him down. I'm finishing him off. And Theory just baited him out. Kenny cleaned up. We're going to be heading into round number 5. All tied up here in the Search and Destroy. Interesting. I want to see how FaZe set up here and how they adapt to this.
Well, you expect to see the Replays Expeditionary stun straight through mid-map to put a stop to anything. Then you have the Expeditionary over towards the B site, which allows Attach to push straight up as well. So instantly FaZe on defense take full control of the map. Not by necessary map pressure off the bat, but just using that Expeditionary class. It forces TK to take fights, which are so tough. I mean, there's one for a prime example. Attach is going to challenge this. He has the pillar to his left for the support. The first blood comes through, and just like that, TK start to fall.
And this will be a trade again. I love that Zoomer and Attach chemistry that they have, because Attach gets aggressive on the first player. He then tags up the second, and it's not even a communication issue. It's not, you're not going to hear Attach go, oh, he's weak now. Zoomer already knows, like, he can hear what's going on. He knows the player so well. He's already, you know, 3-4 steps into the run.
Now, if you're TK, realistically, you look at their attacking rounds, you've not really been able to produce too much. I think they've won one so far. You'd love to see them wait for the stun to go through mid-map, then potentially smoke out you and try and flood Reap. If you can isolate one player on the map and really try and take that gunfight, it's a hard gunfight, of course, by no means is it an easy one to win, but you have to try and do something a little bit differently, because what we've seen, those B pushes just simply not working out too heavily in their favor. Meanwhile, you hear the smokes actually thrown out over towards the A side. Accuracy's going to be watching that cross as a one-on-one on that side, but TK, a good defensive kind of pressure they've been able to put onto the map here over towards B.
Yeah, and you know, FaZe's kind of plan of action right now, it's not, you know, fast, it's not aggressive, it's trying to find someone, trying to find a pick. They're not going to be able to do that as Attach goes down. We might actually see a second go.
I thought he stuck him.
Beautiful grenade, actually. Perfectly placed, but Priester diving away from that. He might be tagged up over towards the B side, but coming to his rescue is Replays. Kenny's going to have to put another magazine in that one. Replays actually finds one there from that position, but Kenny is not going to let him get anything more. 2v3. I'd love to see the, you know, FaZe kind of get aggressive on one site. Because in a 2v3, you're always going to get a split. So the worst case scenario, really, is you're going to run into two of them.
Chino with all the information in the world. TK basically say, everyone watch a lane. We'll go from there. This is so tough for FaZe Clan to now deal with. Priester mid-map. She's going to call out the cross. He sees both. He gets all the information he needs. While that happens, bear in mind, Chino now springs into life. Unfortunately, though, he loses the gunfight. So what was pretty good position for TK now all of a sudden turns into a 2v2. You still have Chino watching the cross. It's such an important role for him in this situation. 5 seconds left. Priester essentially has to plant the bomb. You have both players on each side. Impossible for FaZe to win it. TK, despite accuracy falling, still managed to clutch up.
Okay, so once again, interesting round as we see TK closing that one out. I love the bait and switch middle from FaZe, but TK just the kind of setup that they had. And the time that was left. Yeah, it was all about that time. Well played.
Another first blood goes TK as well. FaZe just one first blood so far. We praise them for their ability to consistently get first bloods. Again, the highest in the league, and so far it's just Attach with 1, TK with 5, Kenny with 3 just on his own, of course Chino with 2. We'll see. Kenny already gets stunned. That's that Replay's Expeditionary stun. It's just so annoying to deal with, and the smokes do ultimately go out, but this is the problem. You're basically just pinned in, and TK, they're forced to funnel through over towards the B side, and it's just not going to work. When you have players like Attach up top, he's just not going to miss.
Yeah, Attach has done beautiful there, because that's a position for Attach where if he gets taken down, they probably lose this round. That 1v1 at the start from Attach, yes, he's in a much easier position to pick up the kill, but he got like stunned, like there was smoke coming off the rubble, if you like. It was a difficult-ish kill. But when he gets the first, it's like, oh, you know, this round's over. And I love the fact that basically Expeditionary is a way of saying, you can take away my armored, you know, you can take away my silence of mountain, but I will be in the position because I'm going to stun you. I'm going to stop you getting there because I can throw things very far.
And TK, they've done the same thing a few times in a row, and it just isn't working. I mean, you saw as soon as they came off spawn, Reap basically just hit the stun. So you're so slow trying to get into your power position at B. It's so tough, and now it's just so important that TK win the defensive round. Theory with 2. Attach is going to be pushing up, but honestly, Theory might feel so confident to go for the challenge. That's a triple kill for Theory defensively, and it leaves Replays in a 1v4.
What a way to answer back.
Yeah, right?
Again, those grenades came over, but Theory was too quick into the B-bomb site. And it was, it almost felt easy, the way that he was bobbing back and forth on that one. And who'd have thought it, all tied up going into, I believe it's round number 9 here.
Now please just do something different on attack. Right, if you're TK, pushing over towards Bell after you've been stunned twice, naded, already weak, and you already have Zoomer basically up close and personal, it's not going to work. Even try an A push, something different. because so far FaZe defensively on that B site have not given up anything at all. And again, you're going to see the familiar stuns, and finally TK do change things up. This is what you love to see.
Well, the smoke's going to give it away straight away. Replays is actually going to have to back down. This is actually really good for TK.
I love it.
Priester, he's found himself on this rock before. However, TK take advantage, and now Replays very difficult position. Will tag him. He needs to finish this kill. He's not going to get it.
Wow, look at that, Phil. You do
yeah.
something different. You don't funnel into an area where you're already being pre-aimed, and well, you have the numbers advantage, and you win the round.
Nicely executed there. And again, it was the well-timed, not only the smoke onto Replays, which kind of pushed him back, but also as Replays was kind of backpedaling, they put the foot on the gas. They started charging at him all together. Can FaZe push it to a round 11?
Well, now they have to go big on an attacking round. It's going to be tough for TK defensively. It was Theory last round who pops a three-piece over towards the B site. You see if FaZe want to try and mix things up themselves, maybe an A push from them. Really just try and take it to TK. The smokes are out. Chino's instantly hit a stun, so that's going to slow down the push for now. Accuracy is so important in this position. Watching that cross just to give Chino a little bit of support. The first blood could buy his teammate some time, but this is the problem. The smoke, it's covered the cross, and Accuracy not going to be able to save his teammate's life. Instead, Kenny, who wraps all the way around, bear in mind, close to streaks himself, may want to slow things a little bit here, but a bomb goes down, so TK, their hand is forced.
Well, FaZe are in great positions right now. You're looking at one player who's just out and about. I think, I'm trying to judge by his number 6 attach, but everything is covered right now. It's, again, the only way TK win this, I feel, is if they get this first blood and they just puncture a hole in defense. Replay's not going to let that happen with the positioning.
And it's important to note, Attach is instantly moved, right? He's flown away from that position. Actually trying to go on the flank, not going to be able to shut down Replays, and that is just a wonderful response from FaZe Clan. You cannot give them enough credit there for that round. It was a bold strat, and it worked out in their favor, and ultimately the smoke's covering the cross. Their best friend in that round.
Yeah, if you get into cabin, again, you have that position where you know he's back rock. He doesn't know which door you're jumping out of. You do, and you know exactly where he is. You're always going to have that millisecond over him. But again, Ben, it's round 11. We love to see it.
We most definitely do. And heading into this round 11, it's going to be TK on the attacking side. B pushes haven't worked at all. Now, maybe they're thinking, all right, well, we went A last time, it worked. FaZe may overcommit over towards that site. You haven't seen too many nades thrown out, so TK, they're playing the waiting game. They're playing so smart, but Attach does get the hit marker, so he knows at least one player is over towards you. It basically comes down to first blood.
Well, Attach finds one. How's he still alive? The double nade should be taking him out, but they must have been poorly positioned. Attach staying alive up here is key. And you know what? A's completely locked down. He's cool over there. And he's cool as a cucumber right up here. You find number 3, whatever Theory can do. So can Attach, but he doesn't need to. He's got the buddy of Zuma. And it's down to Chino, the 1v4. FaZe Clan 2-0.
As soon as you don't get that second nade to land on Attach, and he's still up in that power position, that round falls apart completely for TK. I think it must have been poorly placed. He has no right to still be alive. He's tagged up, 2 players peek him, and he does his best to stay alive, but ultimately him staying alive wins FaZe that map. A round 11 search and destroy, and Chino's shaking his head, rightfully so. Not a good attacking round at all for TK.
No, really not. And those are the ones where, you know, you're going to look back on and think if we did things different. If TK went again aggressive on A, they would have had that number advantage no matter what. FaZe are always going to send to B, and a defensive team will. It is putting that smoke in the right place, putting those nades over cabin wall. I'm actually surprised they didn't do that. They kind of went back to the strategy that wasn't working, but maybe as a mental game, they were like, they're going to think that all our times that they haven't worked, we're not going to do it again. They try it, it doesn't.
Even if you bait out the A push, you throw your smokes, but you kind of play back a little bit and you play mid-map, you try and catch the player who's overextending from you back towards cabin. There's so many things they could have done differently, so to revert to something that which clearly was not working, a little strange, that's for sure, but it basically just comes down to, like you pointed out, Phil, Attach staying alive wins FaZe Clan that round and ultimately that map, and because of that, FaZe Clan now are just 1 map away from knocking out Team Kaliber and securing a top 3 finish here at the Stage 1 playoffs.
I think the first domino to fall is going to be Optic. I think they're going to definitely change. I think a lot of people don't see it coming, but if they don't perform this weekend, I definitely see a change. There's just too many people on that team who want to win.
I feel like you could see an E United change, a FaZe change, an EG change.
I'm pretty sure every NA roster is changing, besides maybe like one.
TK could, it's probably eating away at them that they're not really doing the best right now.
I think the team that's gonna 100% make a change is Envy, especially with Slasher playing so well. He wants to definitely get a better team.
I think our team comes down to this weekend. We have to like win or come close to winning, and if we don't, then we could potentially change.
Probably a team like EG or United. I think that it's been a long time coming for those two. So I would imagine as soon as the clock strikes midnight, something is going to happen.
Probably be United. I think that they've had their struggles through this year.
That's a tough question. Don't want to say too much on it, but it could be us. Just know it could be anyone. So I mean, it's just really.
In Europe, it's a bit different because obviously outside of Western Splice, there's a bit of a gap. So Europe, I don't think there'll be many changes. There might be a few. Well, I don't know of a few, but.
In a perfect world, obviously, after Roster Mania, all 4 of these players are still my teammates and we're on the same team, but unfortunately, it doesn't always work out that way.
I mean, I could see a couple teams making a change, but I don't comment on that kind of stuff, so.
After this event, it's going to be a crazy, crazy time.
Well, Zero's not wrong. It probably will be a crazy, crazy time in terms of roster mania. Already a couple of players come out tweet. FA looking for new teams. Of course, let's not forget Seattle coming up very, very soon. More importantly, you want to secure that roster for stage 2. And, well, you have to feel the results here are going to play a big part into that.
Yeah. I think right now, what I'm trying to say right now, I think this series could depend on the rosters. Like you said, Ben, like you lose here, you probably make a change. If you win, you probably don't. For me, I don't know. We can only comment so much, obviously, on change and speculation. We don't know.
I even think it's to the point where a team could have won and still made a change. That's how
I think
crazy
if you win, you don't. That's the only time.
I don't know. I mean, think back to the old Complexity squad when they were winning and they still made a change. We've seen it happen. It's very rare, but
yeah.
Well, we'll wait and see. We're with everybody else. We're with everybody else. Can't wait to see the new squads. If of course much change, we assume it will. But back to this one. FaZe Clan, of course, 2-0 up here in the losers bracket matchup to determine who will ultimately fall out in 4th place. And as it stands, TK looking pretty slow. And I actually want to send it over now to FaZe Clan, Astro Gaming, listening.
Stay up, stay up. I'm on my way. I'm on my way back.
Yeah, we got this. They're on our base, 2 on our base, 2 on our base. They pulled the gun, They're weak. They're both weak. He's up top gun, he's jumping down. Okay, one to your right,
One's high gun. He might have got out. I think he went middle or something. No, he went low.
One's middle, got
him. You went middle. Yo, he went up top.
Chino's up top. Hey, push me, challenge me. There's two there. One more.
One more. Reset and get slide. Reset and slide.
Yep.
Yeah, Chino does that trick. Yeah, just play for kills right here, guys. It's all good.
I'm going right with you. Alright, I'm going left. Yo, left, in front of our base. He's just holding. He ran in our base. Theory ran in our base. In their base. Hold on, we can make a play here, President. Yeah, he's right. He was like on their base.
It could be left too, guys.
He's still on their base. It's your left.
It could be left.
I got him. I'll go left. He's on it. Back to point, President. He got me. He's one shot. Chino. He's on 5.
Chino is 4. One's front.
Holding left.
Push it back. One shot. Pulling. Nice.
I think we're starting middle door. Yeah, but when spawn trap read Lamar's right side, he's right side.
Low left.
Yeah, low left got me. He's watching top. On the head.
He's absolutely pulling our flag.
I got to your left. That's fine. Nice kill. Kenny's our left. Split apart.
I'm stunned up the ass.
He got me.
Yeah, low left. Kenny, low left. Right side weak.
Right side low left.
Kenny's weak. Kenny one shot left.
Kenny's huge. Stay alive. Try and finesse.
He's pulling. Kenny pulled.
Yo, I spawn gun.
Yeah,
Where'd they go?
No idea. Okay, go. Gun. One more there. Flags on shot. He's a bullet up top.
I need help. One more low. Go for E. One more low. Chino low.
He went left. Low line left.
Okay, we're looking for Chino accuracy. Start calling out names.
Right side.
They got him left.
Yeah, I'm getting through their
Right
left.
side, on high. Kenny in theory.
Middle map. Top their middle window. Kenny. Right there, Theory. He got me. We're good. He's pushing top gun. Theory's top gun. Yeah, player light. I'm gonna go our mid.
I got him left.
Top mid. Is right side open?
They could be left on me.
He can be up. Yeah, they could be left. Low left. I think.
I'm left. Three. Wait, Chino.
Watching right.
I'm pushing up.
In their base. Work a good push here. I don't see him right.
On the flag. I'm saying no, guys.
Stand back right.
I got one.
He's back right. Oh, he got me. Right side. Kenny. I'm watching the middle.
Nice, got two.
Make a play here.
Help me. One behind me, mid.
We got that. I'm dead. I got shot in the back.
We're missing Chino. I don't want to pull.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Come middle.
If I'm control, get kills. I think he saw you.
Alright, we're good.
I'm going high left.
The FaZe playing communication pretty good for Championship Sunday. Unfortunately, though, they're 1-0 down. Chino fully streaked out. Also 14-1. An unbelievable flag tower performance from this young man, and it's going to continue here as he goes on a 4 streak. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting, because with just over 60 seconds left, and Chino playing as well as he is, he may get close to overlapping streaks. As I say that, though, he ultimately falls. TK trying to make a play with the flag. Surprised we didn't see the streaks come out, but actually going to try and just run the flag away, ultimately to no avail. FaZe, a good defensive hold.
Really is. I mean, yeah, the talk of the map is Chino for sure, but it only sits at 1-0. Usually with that, you might see a 2 or a 3 flag game. It's not the case. I think FaZe have actually done very well just to kind of hold what they've got. They've made a couple of aggressive pushes themselves, but right now, TK looking like the dominant put.
Now they're in trouble. 4 players go down. Chino already pulling the flag. Has to pull towards his teammates. Dictate that small to the right-hand side. Watch that cross. It's basically going to come down to, is the flag carrier going to get stunned? Chino should be home free. Bear in mind, he is also the player with the streaks. Teammates trying to track back, but they're all losing their gunfights. Kenny now, he's going to drop as well. So it's Chino, the flag carrier, all by himself. That has just gone so horribly wrong for TK, and now they're vulnerable. FaZe potentially on a counter cap of their own.
Yeah, I think the main thing is stopping it. I can't believe that's not 2-0. But with 15 seconds left, will Zuma be able to touch the flag? If he gets in and behind, that's huge. But if teammates go down, you've got to kill all 3 and pull the flag. Not going to happen. But I think FaZe can go into the second half kind of happy with the result that they've got. The problem is the streaks.
The fact that that wasn't a flag from TK is astonishing.
The fact it's only 1-0 is kind of astonishing too. This could be like a 3-0, 4-0 game right now. If things went TK's way. But look at that, big 2-0 on the main stage. It's not going TK's way right now. However, they lead the CTF.
And they still have to be worried about the streaks.
Oh, you got it, yeah.
Right? Chino still with a few of them. Surprised we haven't seen him really kind of use them. Of course, being the flag carrier in that situation, definitely not preferred for him. It's very hard to kind of streak when you have the flag, and you also expect your teammates to get the second wave of gunfights. They all lose their 1v1s, and we stay at a 1-0 game. Chino, though, 17-5. He's going to be the first to fall here in the second half. As FaZe try and level things out. They're winning the early initials here, so a good start for FaZe.
Now, the thing for FaZe is they kind of have to be really aggressive here, but you've got to be so conscious about those streaks. Kenny, a player we've not really talked too much about on the CTF, but he's stunned to have a couple of kills back-to-back of 12 and 8, 3-kill streak for himself. And the last thing FaZe want to do is feed a second player streaks.
Yeah, that would be catastrophically bad. And honestly, with Kenny so far pushed up, this is where you'd love to see the streaks come through from Chino. Use them aggressively. Don't use them passively. You're in a chance where you can potentially make it a 2-0 game. Theory's going to have to push straight through. The glide bomb does come through, but for me, that's very, very slow. And ultimately, a poor glide bomb hits the roof of the tin building over towards the right-hand side, and FaZe very well may survive. And that glide bomb needed to come in a little earlier there. Assist your players pushing towards the flag. Now Kenny has to try and make a play. FaZe know exactly where he is, and TK's still putting the pressure on.
It's so interesting to see how this game really ends. If TK don't win it, kind of be a travesty in his own right. But FaZe, they live on. They fight another wave of kills.
You're absolutely right. If somehow TK didn't win this map, it's one of those where the players go back, watch the VOD, and, well, they probably shed a tear or two because it's been vastly controlled by TK. FaZe really haven't had a say the entire game. It's been stellar CTF outside of a few misplays and opportunities to really seal the deal. But Kenny, to your point, definitely starting to heat up a little bit now. 16-9, going on a couple of sprees, another 3 spree for him. And again, TK, they want to be aggressive here. Chino just needs to be so patient. Careful to his right-hand side. See if they can collapse in. That's a nice start here on another TK push, but the trades need to come through. Kenny there to find another. 3 players go down for FaZe. It's all down to Zuma. Tries to get some shots in the back of Theory, but Theory may well be gone.
Yep, and Zuma tracks back. The problem right now is he's not cutting through the middle. FaZe actually did a great job of cutting through the middle last time, but right now this is looking good for a 2-0.
And it's worth mentioning the artillery barrage there from Chino covers that entire lane. The entire lane covered by him. Doesn't get a kill, but it covers it, and that's what matters. TK now 2-0. Kenny falls off his streak. Theory now the closest to getting more streaks. I believe Chino still has a fighter pilot as well to use, but you'd love to see Theory get maybe 1 or 2 kills here as he's pushed to his right-hand side. Teammate goes big, and Theory somehow still alive.
This is beautifully done by TK. You kind of just got to sit back and admire what's gone on. And yes, it should be more than 2, but right now, FaZe trying to get a flag of their own. Priest finds 1. Now it's all up to Priest. Priest is going to be shot in the back, and that's not going to look good for another player, but can the flag get away? There's still streaks available. Fighter pilot.
I don't think he's going to find Reap. The fighter pilot comes in, it doesn't do anything, and unfortunately, Kenny's already thrown his stun, so he doesn't have the extra utility, misses the shots, and FaZe get a flag on the board. 2-1 game.
And the fighter pilot was invested. I believe the glide bomb, the artillery's all been used as well. FaZe, again, they're kind of still in this somehow. I don't know how. The flag is out, and Kenny's trying to change that, but FaZe with the overextension.
This is huge.
Ever heard of a counter cap? Because I have. The ice! No! You want to see Zuma? And Attach picks up a kill. They pull the flag. They could run it at him. Run it at him. Take it to them.
They very well might. Instead, the kills come through. Kenny has to try and stay alive. Attach is hunting him down. Accuracy has to go big. Wins 1. Can he find the second? No. Flag has been returned. The kills come through. It's a bit of a foot race, and I don't think anyone from TK is going to stop it. FaZe Clan, they're about to tie up the game 2-2 with just over 60 seconds left.
How are they still in this game? This is actually kind of frightening to think, but then again, we're here at the playoffs. Anything can happen. 60 seconds left. TK, they're not out of it. It is only tied. We'll be going to extra time, overtime if we need it. But right now, 55 seconds. Which team's going to make that push?
Bear in mind, again, to your point earlier, Phil, no streaks for TK. The trades left and right coming in. And Priesta looking to be the X factor here in the final 45 seconds. Can he make the play on the right-hand side? Theory's going to win his first gunfight. Attach, though. Sneaky little man. Pushes through bottom middle. There's the first.
Stay alive. He needs to stay alive, and he's found what? No, surely not.
I was going to say, if no one tracks back and gets that cross, TK in serious trouble. But now, Theory in a position where maybe he could take control of the game. Bear in mind, 1 player overextending from FaZe. That's number 5 on the minimap. Kenny takes care of him, so nothing really to worry about. Theory falls. Final 19 seconds left. The only player in a position to make something happen looked like it was going to be Priesta, unless someone from TK books it through the middle of the map, which I guess Chino could. With 10 seconds left, you need to win every 1v1. TK still with the possibility of doing this. Chino falls, accuracy falls. This game is going to OT.
Yeah, this is, this again, it is kind of a mind-blowing one. I'm just going to flat out say TK have been the better team. However, you know, a team like TK, they should have capitalized better on the streaks. The artillery barrage was a great use. I like that. But the 2 glide bombs, the fighter pilot doesn't come in. I mean, the fighter pilot was used at the right time. It was just pretty unfortunate, I'd say. Overall, though, FaZe, they're a team which, you know, probably should be heading to Hardpoint right now.
And there was a couple of mistakes that came through, right? First of all, actually losing the gunfight to Zuma allows him to get the flag away for the second. But probably one of the other mistakes that we saw was Kenny throwing his stun a little too soon at replays. When the fighter pilot was being called in, you would love to see him hold that stun, right? Because you're going to have him trapped. Wait for him to potentially push out, then stun him and get an easier kill. All in all, hindsight's a wonderful thing. Doesn't matter. We're in overtime here as FaZe can reduce that 2-0 deficit. And Kenny, he's going to go straight for the flag. Turns around, snaps onto Reap. He already had him weak. And now TK looking to push through. Accuracy's watching the overextend on the right-hand side. He has to win another big 1v1. Attach keeps FaZe alive so far.
Number 7 put it through the middle. It's Priesta. Priesta gets taken down, and now it's all up to Dylan, a.k.a. Attach, and he's got everything on his back. He's found 1v1. Theory takes him down. That's going to be the flag, and it should be around 42 seconds That's a very, very quick flag on flag tower.
And streaks. The best thing that could have possibly happened there was, ironically, the initial flag carrier dying simply because of how close Theory was. He gets a return, he gets a flag pickup, he gets a cap and a kill with the new flag. So because of all of that, Theory sits with a fighter and a glide bomb. All you need to do is defend for 30 seconds. That is it. The stun grenades come out. TK cannot turtle in their base, though.
Yeah, they've just stunned their whole team, which is a great thing for TK, but what isn't great is this. Now, he's going to take himself off the map, but I'm not against this. This glide bomb's good. He just can't get double team. He's trying to get inside. He's not going to get it. He's actually taking down his teammate. Priester will be denied. This is huge from Theory. The flag is away, though. Ben, Zuma has it. It's all up to Kenny. Kenny through the middle. There's one player. He's getting shot in the side. It's like a replay. But Zuma's taken down the middle. He's going to get transferred.
3 seconds.
Replays.
Oh my lord!
Replay's just saying, give it to me, baby.
The streaks were there, and TK not able to close it out. FaZe had 36 seconds. Chino with miraculous shots in the first place to shut down the first flagpole, but it doesn't matter.